All right, welcome back to Java Programming Skills using Replit. I'm Norman McIntyre. Let's get started. This is another interesting one. You're going to see how you can use the system class. It has a method called getenv, which stands for get environment. And this will show you how you can get environment variables. You'll see what environment variables are and how you can use those to pass information into your Java program. A very useful technique. In fact, this is the first time in this set of videos where we've seen passing information into our program. So as always, we begin with our default Hello World program. And before I write some code over here, I'm going to come over to the command line and show you what an environment variable is. If you type set just by itself, wow, look at all that stuff. Lot of stuff there. These are environment variables. Lots of different environment variables. In fact, let's just point out a few of those. If I say echo $path, wow, look at that. That's the path that when you type a command, that's what gets searched. If I say echo $home, that is my home directory. And so these are environment variables that programs can access. So if our program wanted to know what our home directory was, we could access this home variable. Not only that, you can set your own environment variable. So I could say, oh, let's say this. Let's say, how about, let's say export hello equals hello world. Now, by exporting it, it makes it available to other programs that run. And so I've exported it, and it has the value of hello world. That means if I say echo $hello world or $hello, notice it has the value of hello world. Just like when I say echo $home. So there's some environment variables that are already set for you. And also you can set environment variables. So here I've set this one called hello. So what we want to do in our Java code is read the hello environment variable and also read the home environment variable. And here's how we can do that. Those are both strings. So I'll do the first one. Let's do string. We'll call it home. So a string we know is like, for example, this is a string. So we'll have a string called home. And to set that, I say home equals to, go to the system class, go to the getenv method, so env for environment, and then give it the environment variable you're looking for. Well, in this case, we're looking for home. In other words, home, the shell, when you put $, in front of it, it says look for this variable called home. So here we're saying look for home. And to see if this really works, of course, we can do the system.out.println, and we'll say home, and let's print our value of home that's there. So remember the rule, write a little bit of code and run it. So let's see what we got here. And check that out. We have our hello world. In fact, I'm going to remove this hello world message. Just get rid of that. And so we see we have the environment variable called home. Matches that. It matches what in our shell when we said $home. Notice they have the same value. Now we know our shell also has $hello because that's one we set. Oops. Oh, you know what? Now what has happened, this is a little tricky. I'm glad I showed this. When we clicked on run, it must have refreshed our environment. And so that, when I said echo $hello, it got erased. Okay, so be aware of that. You're on this virtual machine that when you start it back up, it can clear out what you had there. That's okay because we can do it from the command line. In other words, we can always say Java main and run it like that. In fact, we'll run it both ways so you can compare and contrast. So we'll have another string, right? That's the data type called string. And this time we'll call it hello. So we have a variable called hello. We'll say hello equals to, go to the system class, call the method getenv, and this time we want to say hello. And of course, to see if it works, system.out.println, and we'll say hello, and concatenate, right? The plus concatenates two strings, so we want to concatenate the hello. Now, watch what happens when I click on run. Hello is null. Now, we haven't talked about null yet, but null is basically empty. In other words, it says there was nothing in there. There was nothing in there. So even though we said export hello equals hello world, when we click on run, it's clearly refreshing our environment and we're getting null. However, we can always run this from the command line. So I can say export hello equals hello world. Okay, so that's from the command line. I've exported it. Now I can say Java main. And we're not creating a new shell here by clicking on run. We're really running within our same one. Check that out. And of course, the power of this, I could change. I could say export hello equals hello world from Java. So I've changed that, and if I now run my program, now it's got the updated. I misspelled hello, but you get the idea that we can actually pass into our program environment variables. And this is used quite often where you may be having some type of setup where your program needs to have some value that's configured by the administrator, and a shell script starts your program running, and it may very well set some environment variables and then before you start up, and then you can read them using this System.getenv. So again, this is a milestone in the as we go through the videos, because for the first time you can actually pass information into the program, in this case by using environment variables. In fact, let me go ahead and change this when export hello equals. By the way, you don't want to put any space around this. On the shell, it should be no space. It should be hello equals and then quotes hello world. And then again, we'll do Java main, and there we have it. All right, thank you for making it through another video. You're making great progress. More to come in the next video. I'm Norman McIntyre. Thanks as always for watching.